All right, well folks, today we got a 2015 Chevy Cruze that needs the PCV valve failed on it. It's built in to the valve cover. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to replace the valve cover, the gasket, and reset the codes, take it for a drive, and that should be what we need. So we have senior young buck installer here, and we got private first class installer.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna be the cameraman today, and we're just gonna run you guys through what needs to happen, pretty much A to Z. When you do a repair, just a basic thing, and then we'll also show you how to replace the valve cover gasket and valve cover. So first thing you do, especially when it's something like this or special order parts that takes a few days to a week or longer to get, like this one, you want to make sure before you even leave the store that you got the right parts. So you want to verify that and make sure it's what you're looking for. This is a GM, this is OEM, so this is legit. There's a part number there. So, and then we got a Velcro gasket set with the grommets, an extra 20 something bucks. There's a part number there. So that's one of the first things you want to do. You don't want to get home and start taking your vehicle apart to do a repair, and then turns out you got the wrong parts. So yeah. All right, so first things first, well actually second thing, after you verify your parts, is you're gonna come over here, you're gonna get the hood popped, get it somewhere where you can have it for a while just in case it rains or whatever. So the first thing we're gonna do, because this is a push button car, and I've personally witnessed vehicles start up even when you don't hit the button. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect and take off the negative battery terminal on the battery. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yep, and that's good. Put it somewhere where it's not going to come back on. You want to take the whole terminal here. The bolt there, you don't want to you just want to loosen it a little bit. You don't got to unthread it, because after that it doesn't really help unless you're trying to pry it open or something. But yeah, you want to just twist this whole thing just like that. Twist it and pull it up. Pull it off.
Come on. Come on now.
Oh, she'll come off. Yeah, sometimes you got to use two hands. It's been on there for a while. There you go. Now you just see, if you touch it again, it'll spark. You can touch it if you want, but typically you want to just kind of shove it down like that. Just get it down there. You don't want it somewhere where it'll just come back and just be sparking like that. Okay, so now we got the battery disconnected. We will go ahead and start disconnecting the stuff around the valve cover. It's good to have a cold engine when you do this, like this one is. So it's first thing in the morning, parts came in, we're gonna get this on the road right away. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the coil packs here. There's a locking tab on there, so you're gonna want to get that back. What you can do is either pry it or you can twist it. Sometimes twisting is a little bit easier. And then you push down the middle tab there, yes, correct, and pull it back, and that should release that connector. And sometimes what you could do is just take your screwdriver, just like you did for the locking tab, just put it in there, pry it back a little bit, and pull out at the same time, and it should come right out. Yep, and then pull that connector back.
Yeah, difficult angle here.
Yeah, that's part of being a Yeah. Being able to. Yeah. Birds are going. We got a bird's nest up here. Sorry about that, guys. We got a bird's nest up here. Just, they've been going ham. Yeah. You might have to use that screwdriver. What you want to do is get it right in the middle. Yeah, right in there. And you're going to go ahead and pry it up. And you want to just grab that connector on the side, just like pinch it, just like this, and slide it back while you're prying up, and it should release. There you go.
Boy, it ain't prying back.
There you go. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you guys pull it back a little bit, wiggle it. So there we have the coil packs, the little ignition coils there. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of the wiring around the engine here. So we will do that. We're going to see what the next thing is he thinks should be disconnected.
I'm thinking these hoses.
Correct. Yep, that's the wiring harness. Part of the wiring harness. So yeah, see how these are clipped in? These have just a little, just pull them up. It's like that. That's all you got to do. Pull them up, pull them back, get them out of the way. Yeah, that one's a little thicker, so there you go. Now typically what I like to do, we got a couple extra here on the side of the valve cover. So once you get that, okay, this is actually a vacuum hose here. So you want to be really careful with that. It's brittle. So what we'll end up doing is disconnecting this here and there, and we'll go ahead and just pull this one out probably. Don't want to risk it. And we also have another, here's the wiring harness right below it. So you want to go ahead and probably get your handy dandy screwdriver, because this one is not bolted in. Okay, so we'll get back. Okay, so a lot of people get hung up on these, you know, a lot of connectors and clips that hold things down, and what they do is they just snap them off because they get tired. So these are, yeah, the birds are just going fucking crazy today. They were going crazy yesterday. So what you can do with these little locking tabs, you can see there's some little pins in there. Go ahead, show them how you can release these. So what you do is I lift up on it a little bit, you get behind it, and it should, and then you just pry it and it should pop up. All of them are kind of a lock the tab and then pull up or pull out, you know what I mean? Should feel it release smoothly when it comes unlocked. The other side. I mean, like the other side of the clip, you want to do the inside. So, why I was saying about the pulling up on it, see that? When you pull up on it, what happens? You could probably see that on the camera. When you pull up on that little tab comes out. Let's see if I can get it. You see that? When you pull up on it, the tab comes out a little bit. And then you want to get behind that and pry it this way. Because it's kind of like a lever thing. Because when it springs back, there you go. You know, it's still locked. Yeah, you'll feel it when it unlocks. A lot of back bending over and shit, huh? Hunching over, slunching over, fucking rolling around on the ground. Arms dangling under a lift. Oh, that shit gets...
Ain't coming off.
Yep, and a lot of guys get frustrated with these, and they just say, fuck it, and take a screwdriver, and they throw a couple zip ties on it. That's good. Anyways, alright, I'll show you. Alright. You want to hit the camera for me there, sir? And the light. Thank you. You gotta make sure we can see what we're doing. So what I do is I go like this. You push it up. You guys see how that moves a little bit? Push it up. You get one in there like this. You push it like that. Okay, so I was going wrong. I was telling you the wrong way. Sorry. It's the other way. But that's all it is. Now you can put this down over to the side without breaking stuff. Now here we also have cam position sensors right here. And what you want to do, probably can't see that, this little white tab right here. We're gonna, same thing. These are all kind of basic, same clips. They're really a pain in the ass, but what you do, so you just go ahead and there you go. Pop it loose, pinch it in the middle, pull that fucker off. That release all the way? I don't think it did. There we go. There it is. There's just a 2-pin cam position sensor. So now we got that, that, and that. We will go ahead. I will do this one because I don't want to snap it. It's very important. So we have a little clip here. It's just like a little C-clip, locking clip. On the back side, just get in with your screwdriver, pry it out. You don't want to lose these fuckers because kind of a bitch. And remember how they go on. These just pull right up. So let me break the clamps loose first. These you just pry them on the edge right here, and you want to support them because you don't want to snap this shit. It's brittle going through the heat cycles. Just like that, unlocks it, pushes it down. Same thing on the other one. Actually, this one just goes like that. The little top one, nice and easy. Then the whole thing, you just kind of wiggle and twist, get it loose, pull it up. Smells a little bit like oil and gas. Now we're damn near free here. You just roll the harness back a little bit. Yeah, we're free. That's it, folks. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this off and show you guys what's going on under here. You could take the valve cup or the oil fill cap off, but we're not gonna do that. So I'll let junior tech over here go ahead and have at it. So now for the valve cover bolts, these are this is called an inverted Torx bit. I don't have those. I have Torx bits, you know, and hex, excuse me. But what you could do is use a 5/16 socket. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to that, yank these off, it should come back. Oh, also you're gonna have to pull off the coil packs. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll pull the valve cover. All right, we're back, guys. So for the coils, that is a T30 Torx bit. So we got those pulled out. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this off. Give it a little jiggle wiggle, and there's your coils. This is a coil unplug design. One piece. Set them off to the side. You're not gonna lose them. Leave the bolts in. Helps you because you don't fucking lose shit. Okay. Now, so we got it down to that. We got our spark plugs there. So now we're gonna come over here. I have this nice set of these are called inverted Torx. You will need a set of these as well. And these are about 30 bucks a pop. These are the gear wrench, I believe. Nope, Power Torque. Had them for a few years, and not bad. 30 bucks. You You got the main size that you need if you work on foreign shit. And a lot of American vehicles are, whoops, got weed in video. A lot of American vehicles are starting to switch to this fancy European design. So you're gonna need one of these. This one specific on the Chevy Cruze is an E10. So that will be a 1/4 inch, and right there I have a knuckle driver you can use. Yes sir, you can just pop that socket off, just put it back in the, throw it in the Milwaukee there. That's fine. Put it in the tote. And there's your bit, and you're gonna go ahead and go around. And so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Looks like we're gonna have to grab something else because that's kind of a knuckle buster already. All right guys, stay tuned. Right, we are back with our E10 inverted Torx. It is a 3/8 drive, and we're just gonna go ahead and bust those loose and pull the valve cover and show you guys some of the internals, show you the guts. So I'm just trying to walk you guys through all the steps. I got a new phone in, so I can actually do some Honda. I hear some Hondas back there. But we can actually do some quality videos again. I sent my phone off. I think I already told you guys about that. Didn't get covered under warranty, so I was like, you know what? I'm still waiting to get that back. So I went ahead and bought another phone because I needed something. I put up a few videos, and that was with another LG phone that I had, cracked screen. Camera was completely toast. I mean, everything you could think of. Damn near, the speaker didn't work. So I tried to, you know, keep you guys updated with that, but I ended up just buying another phone, so a little better quality. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these bolts off and keep you guys updated. Okay. So here we are, we're back here again. We've got our ignition coil pulled, the ignition coil plug, and then we have the coils themselves. Got the battery unhooked. We had to pull the dipstick tube. You can pull this oil filler cap if you want. We're gonna leave it on there for now, and Teddy's gonna go ahead and break that thing off. So you're gonna want to give it a nice firm pull, you know, kind of grab it maybe in the top corner, bottom corner kind of thing, or maybe even right here, just kind of, okay, like that. Make sure we got everything.
Yeah, these what's called pried up a little bit.
Yep, and I do got a pry bar if you need one.
I'm gonna have to try using a pry bar because there ain't nowhere to grab it from.
All right, we're gonna grab a pry bar. So now we got the valve cover broke loose. Oh, you don't want to do that. You just pull it back like that, and then do it. So now we got the valve cover loose. So we're just going around spraying it with some carbon choke cleaner, aka parts cleaner. Just going around and wiping it, all the loose dirt and debris, just so we don't knock anything into the engine. Just you know, some basic stuff. Now I'm gonna ask you.
We live?
We're good to go.
Bolt's still on there, something. Oh, this one right here. These things feed back in there themselves. What the hell?
Make sure you're not snagging. See, you got this whole thing here.
Yeah, something over here to catch.
Yep, there you go. There it is. There it is. Look at those camshafts. Look at that thing. Cool. All right, we'll set that right over here. Get out of your way. Go ahead and flip it over. take the oil cap off because that's.
The bolt's gonna fly out.
No, they won't. They got grommets on them. Okay, so
It looks clean, but it's dirty as hell.
this would be the PCV valve, which failed. So I'm gonna look into that. I didn't look into it much, but we're gonna go ahead and reinstall.
It did mess up, didn't it?
Yeah. Now we're gonna have to take the filler cap neck off too. But so now looking at this, we got a Felpro gasket with it. Yeah, you know what? It looks like the whole back fucking broke off. Like, look at this. This one has the back, right? And look at that. That does. Nah, I guess that's not broken. But this one's open here. So I'm wondering what's up with that. Oh, okay, never mind. It's filler neck. I'm tripping. It's internal. This is all internal. It's in the plastic in here, so the diaphragm goes bad. I mean, you can't replace it really. It's just all molded into the plastic, GM plastic. So that's that. All right. So, also another thing I wanted to talk about was making sure you keep your receipt, because sometimes they tell you at the parts store that it doesn't come with the gasket, which this one did. OEM came with the gasket pre-installed and everything, and they sold me an extra gasket set for like 20 to 30 bucks. I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks. So I'm gonna take this back. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there too. Now here's the other thing.
Go around it.
You want to spray your rag or your towel with your carb cleaner, and then wipe it, and just kind of go through and wipe off the surface, the mating surface, because you want to have a nice, clean, proper seal when you do this. Yeah, you might want to keep that with you.
Lightweight.
Yeah, man, keep that with you, because you're gonna need it. Okay, now let me see that. Let me see. You're gonna need like this much. You want it wet.
Probably not too good in my mouth.
Yeah, it didn't taste too good. Yeah, you want to get that thing wet. There you go. There you go. I'm just going to start wiping it off. Just going around the surface. I usually start top to bottom. Yep. Yeah. That part would probably be fine. Mainly, be concerned with the edges where it's all gummy and black, especially on the bottom.
Where's the bottom at?
The bottom of this is the cylinder head here now, but right here. But like I said, top down is what you want.
I got the bottom already. I'll go over it again, though.
Yeah, she might need an extra little loving.
I'll go over it again, just for the good sake.
Yep. Yeah, you can see how it's all gummed up, and we'll just do a quick little inspection, see what we can see here.
Looking like some burnt barbecue.
Some of them burnt barbecue pork ribs. Look at that, just gummed up. So I probably will go ahead and spray a little bit of carb cleaner in there. That's gummed up. Holy, that is straight gum. That is, I mean, anyways. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and clean a little bit more and then reinstall. We're here with the new valve cover. What we did was just got a cap full of some full synthetic, and then we went around. We went ahead and went around and just kind of took a finger, and wiped the whole gasket, kind of give it a little bit of a pre-lube. Got the whole cylinder head wiped down clean, so we're gonna go ahead and reinstall here. Also, another thing you have to do that we didn't show you is you're gonna have to swap the oil filler neck. You're gonna want to take that oil filler neck and swap that. And basically that pries up right there and on the back side. and you pry these rings up and you pass the 2 grooves, and then you got to pass the lip. It pops up and you twist it out, and then reverse install. We cleaned it and all that good stuff, so lube the gasket, and we're ready to reinstall now, so bring her on. And that Velcro, we're going to take that back. We don't need that.
Tubes out of the way.
Go ahead and bring the light. Bring an extra little bit of light. Yeah, but you want to just kind of get it centered. All your bolt holes, get everything out of the way. There goes the birds again. There you go.
Actually, you know what? Put it under the tubes first.
Oh, you had it.
I don't want to lift the tube up too much, but yeah,
Yep, and then just pull that wiring harness. Yep, and then the back side. There you go. That's what's holding you up. And then that top right corner, that's the thick part of the harness. You want to get that over. There you go. Now she'll sit. And then just get the other one on the end there, top left corner. Yep, get that other, yep, there you go. Now you want to just kind of go ahead and, you know, give it 2 hands. It looks like it's sat in place, but just kind of wiggle it around a little bit, like make sure it's in place. Let the bolts drop. Make sure your bolts push in and touch where they need to touch. And then go ahead and just start spinning them on by hand. That's the main thing.
sure it's on all the way.
Now, I'm not sure exactly what the tightening sequence is supposed to be for the valve cover, but we're just working our way from the inside out in pattern. Get them all threaded in by hand first, and then we'll go ahead and tighten them down and reconnect everything. And yeah, so we'll spare you the hand tightening. Impact's charging. So here we are. Been going crisscross, working our way from the inside out. Want to spare you some of the details, some of the ratcheting. Trying to keep it short. See how long my brother can. My brother that. See how long it can take him to get this repair done. With no automotive experience at all, guys. I'm just a cameraman today. And we are 45 minutes in. So if he can do this in an hour,
Last one.
that's pretty good. But if he could do it in 20 minutes, that'd be even better. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and check everything, and we'll go to the next step. All right. So we are back. And we got the harness and the vacuum hose is hooked back up. Just installed the ignition coils again. So now we're gonna go ahead and do is put that ignition coil plug back in.
Where's that?
That would be this guy here. This guy right here just pops back over there.
Wait.
Push it in.
Yeah.
Make sure it clicks. You just seen it drop. Lock it. There you go. Now we got everything. We already double checked. It's good to triple check. Go back around.
Bolts up one more time.
Nope. We're gonna go around it. They're already as tight as we need them, so we're just gonna go around. Harness back where it needs to be. Everything lays in. This is solidly in, supported. Got the bottom bracket hooked back in there for the wiring harness. Yeah, so we got the coil hooked back up. Last step. Here we go, folks. Not the last step, because still got to pick up your tools and shit, but pretty much the last step is putting that negative terminal on the battery. So I'm gonna have you go ahead and do that. Yep. Ready for some spark?
Just make sure you put it in the right way.
Are you scared?
Yeah,
I told
boy.
you gotta be quick with it. She'll spark on you. But yeah, if you wanna go ahead and turn it more than that, there you go. You gotta fucking hit it hard. turn that thing, make sure it's pushed all the way in and down. She's locked, and that's good. And then you always want to just kind of turn it to one way or the other, make it sure it's kind of locked in, and then you tighten it. You know what I'm saying? You kind of rub that connection,
Yep.
help it seat, so have a little better connection.
Now we're gonna tighten this up.
10 mil.
You don't want to tighten those two in the middle up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Don't want to leave them loose.
Yeah, that's right. I thought you tightened them all the way. Yeah, so you never want to walk away from a task because then you forget stuff. I'm glad you remembered because I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
You're gonna want to use a ratchet for that.
We're gonna need a ratchet. We're gonna need to tighten that up.
Yep.
So,
okay, I was gonna say I don't know where the 1/4 inch ratchet. So we're back with our T30 Torx.
long way.
And again, we used the E10 inverted Torx. So you just want them nice and snug.
Yep. Good
to go. Now we'll go ahead and take a 10 mil on a ratchet. That's going to be 1/2 inch drive. I carry in my truck. You know, it's better to be able to adapt down and not, you know, versus not being able to go up. So 10 mil is going to be your purple socket over there. Let's see what time it is. What are we looking at? 2:39. We got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. If you can just put the negative cable on in 6 minutes, Teddy, you've done this in an hour. The dealership would charge at least 1.5 hours minimum to.
You sure this one fits?
2.5, 3 hours. Yep, it's 10 mil. I was kidding. So yep, you go ahead and just snug that down. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff, especially on the newer vehicles, you don't got to tighten the shit out of it because it's all plastic. But your battery, you do want to turn that, clamp it down good. You want to go till it's really hard to turn one-handed. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, and you're good. All right, so this is going to be a test start. So I'll have you go ahead and start it up. By disconnecting the battery, that will clear a check engine light on. You can disconnect your battery for 10 seconds. That'll clear the code. So that's a cheap way of clearing your code. So let's go ahead and fire that thing up.
Lightweight. Once you get the check in light, it'll probably stay on, or it'll just turn off.
Here we are.
This is it.
Moment of truth. Let's see if she runs good. Make sure. And here's the other thing too. Make sure you got no tools. You don't want to leave all your tools under the engine bay and shit. Yeah, just leave it in park. Let it idle. Let it warm up. See if it starts stumbling.
All right, fire it up.
Now what we're looking for is leaks. Looking for leaks. We're going to let it warm up fully and then we'll take a test drive. Let's come to the inside here. As you can see by disconnecting that battery, that clears the check engine light that was on here. So again, we're going to go ahead and, because bone cold, hasn't been drove in a couple days, waiting on parts, we're going to let it warm up properly, because typically it starts stumbling right away. And that's typically with PCV, vacuum leaks, stuff like that, you'll have a rough time idle. So we're going to let it warm up. I'm going to keep checking for leaks.
Let it warm up for about 5 minutes.
This is a Chevy Cruze LTZ.
About 247.
Let it warm up and then we'll take it for a test drive. Everything's looking good though. No leaks. Purring like a kitten. Running way good. That's how you know you got everything back together. Let's see if we got any leaks that spring up here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I had my younger brother do the job today because I wanted to be the cameraman, and he got No mechanical experience. So yeah, so that's where we're at. We got it back together. Checking for leaks, letting it warm up. We're gonna go ahead and clean up.
Put the tools away.
Just some basic tools and stuff like that. Sockets, wrenches. If you guys are wondering the kind of tools that I have and that I use, yeah, hit me up. Let me know. But yeah, so we do. We get her done for a good price. You want to keep rolling that bow tie? Keep rolling that forward, you're going to have to work on it. All right. Well, we'll go for a test drive here in a minute. All right, we are going to go ahead and run down to the parts store. This is the first drive in a couple days. Been idling for about 10 minutes just to get it close to warm up and see if it starts acting up, which it hasn't because it was immediately. So yeah, we're going to roll on down there. And we're taking this guy back. This is the Valve Pro gasket kit. Yeah, so because we ordered the OEM, which was like $4 more expensive than the Dorman one, valve cover, it came with the gasket. So I ended up buying a Valve Pro gasket set that I didn't need. So I'm gonna run down there and go ahead and return it. Yeah, so, and we're gonna make sure that everything's running smooth on the vehicle and that everything goes as planned. So once she warms up, we're gonna get on it a little bit, see if we can get it to act up. I don't think it's gonna act up because it would already started doing something. And then once I make my return at Advanced Auto Parts here, I'll go ahead before we leave the store. We'll pop the hood and just check it, just check for oil leaks again, and that nature. And then when we get back, we'll go ahead and let it cool all the way down. And once we let it cool down, we'll go ahead and retorque the valve cover bolts. So that is the plan. So yeah, we will get there here in a second. Get back to it.